Hi, I'm Rabbi Johanna Hershenson. Welcome to Words of Torah. This week we start the book of Exodus. We study the portion called in Hebrew Shemot, Exodus in English. And this is the portion in which the situation of the ancient Hebrew population in Egypt shifts dramatically. The portion begins telling us that a new Pharaoh arises who knows not Joseph, implying that the protected status that Joseph acquired for his brothers and their families and all of the Hebrews who have now come to live in Egypt during those years of famine, this protection is gone. And in fact, this Pharaoh enacts a law in which baby boys born to Hebrew women should be put to death. Pharaoh is concerned that the Hebrews are a populous nation and will be a threat to Egypt's sovereignty. Well, we meet two midwives called Shifra and Puah, two essential workers, and it happens that baby boys are being born and connecting with their moms on these midwives' watch. Pharaoh finds out that this is the case and brings them in and asks them, why is it that I have sanctioned that Hebrew baby boys be put to death, and it appears that you are leaving the homes of Hebrew women in labor and leaving baby boys intact? And these midwives, these essential workers, they don't exactly come clean, but they don't apologize. They tell a lie. Of course, the rabbis call it emet shel chesed, a truth in compassion, right? Which isn't really true. But the midwives tell Pharaoh that the Hebrew women are so vigorous that no matter how fast the midwives hurry when they get a call, by the time they arrive, these Hebrew women have birthed the babies and are suckling them and bonding, and it's too late to throw the babies in the river. Now, we don't really get Pharaoh's reaction unfiltered to the disobedience of these essential workers, of these midwives. We do get in the narrative indication that God deals well with the midwives and that they don't suffer despite their act of civil disobedience. The midwives come to represent, for me, for many people whose Jewish practice suggests that we have a role in making the world a better place, these midwives become a model for civil disobedience. They become a model for the power of the deeds of an individual in any given situation, right? The midwives exercise compassion, respect for human life. They're willing to take consequences for their actions, and in fact don't suffer for their actions. And this is a very important message this time and place in our existence. Today is solstice. It's the shortest day and longest night of the year. Many of us are affected by the seasons, and this dark time of year draws us to hibernate, to operate with lower energy. And we know that each day between now and July will increase a little bit more light. In a couple months, we'll really feel that and feel a little more awake, a little bit more energized. At the same time, our society is in trouble. We're facing Omicron. We're still reeling in the divisiveness of the last decade in terms of politics in our country. It feels like we're stuck in an us and them, and that our individual actions don't matter. But I would argue Shifra and Puah remind us that our power is in the small acts that we do with a loved one, with a neighbor, with a stranger whose humanity we've acknowledged. The power that we need to make the world a better place really exists, resides in those small acts, the consciousness of our essential workers, the commitment each of us bear to loving our neighbor. It's the small things that we do in the one-on-one experiences in our lives that have the most profound impact on our own state of being and that of the people with whom we encounter and live our lives. I hope that this week we reflect on Shifra and Pua, that we feel a little bit more motivated to live, behave in concert with our values, what we say is most important to us. And most of all, we remember that our power is in our choices and the way we are with one another. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy family, enjoy time off work, wear a mask in public places. Lots of love. I'll see you next week.